East High, home of the Black Raiders, where every day is a great day to be a Raider.
Hi, I'm Mosher.
And I'm Lauren Schuur.
We invite you to tune in each week to our EHS broadcast, where we will keep you connected with the highlights at East High School. Unfortunately, negative behaviors often get a lot of media attention when it comes to schools, but there is also a lot of positive behavior at East. Just as kids are punished for bad behaviors, many are rewarded for positive behaviors.
The East High administration rewards students who have been selected by the teachers who represent East High 5 shields. Those include tolerance, respect, responsibility, integrity, and school spirit. Principal Janine Sampson explains.
At East High School, about 2 years ago, the Climate Committee met and talked about ways that we can enhance and bring forward the positive behaviors that we are also observing with our student body at East High School. We determined that so often students were being recognized as they were truant, or they had a tardy issue or a behavior issue in the classroom, and we felt there's a lot of good things going on at East High School with our students, and we needed to make sure that we celebrate those positives as well as bring it out forward to the students as to what they can do to become better students at East High School when they're partially on the right track. So we decided to meet as a climate committee of faculty members to talk about the character traits and what those should look like if they were a student here at East High School, as well as bringing that forward to the student body and asking a few of the principal advisory board members what their opinion was and what they feel students should be at East High School as they demonstrate positive character traits. From that point, we identified our traits, and to bring that out into the staff and support from our faculty members, we will periodically, about once every 2 months, ask faculty members to nominate students that are demonstrating 1, 2, or all of the character traits that we have identified at East High School, and give the reason why. What did that student do to demonstrate that positive character trait or traits? And they were called into my office. They are called into my office. I give them a t-shirt that talks about respect at East High School and has a neat slogan on the back about where respect always triumphs. And we recognize them. I read to the students their nomination information as to who the teacher was that nominated them, as well as what the teacher had to say about them. The students will get their t-shirt, I take their picture, and we put it out on the board into which character trait they do qualify for. It's so often that the students are very surprised to see the teachers recognizing them for behaviors that most of these students see as everyday behaviors that they don't realize is as significant as what is brought to our attention when they are nominated. So it's a very powerful experience that I get a chance to meet kids that are on that end of the spectrum, because there are a lot of them, and our list has grown over the months, and that's exciting, but it still gets reward. It's a rewarding experience for me and the student, as well as the families. I follow up with a letter to the families telling them exactly what it is the teacher said about them, and oftentimes I'll hear back from families that are just very thankful that we take the time to recognize the students for their great behaviors here at East High School.
Our sports in the spotlight tonight is the East High volleyball team. Linda LaPlante, Kim and Mike Mounts, Deb Podomic, Linda McInteffer, and Ron Foster coach the various teams. The traits necessary for a strong team are commitment, communication, attitude, and a passion for the sport. The varsity record is 8-14 at this taping, and the season appears to be somewhat of a roller coaster ride. When the girls are good, they're great, but when they are in a slump, things are rough. Team sports offer many benefits, including trust, love for an activity, friendship, teamwork, and physical fitness. Kaylee Austin, an East High volleyball standout, gives us the few insights into the sport.
This is Kaylee Austin, member of the East High varsity volleyball team. Kaylee, how did you get your interest in volleyball, and where is it taking you from here?
I actually went to my first volleyball game when I was 3 weeks old. My mom had me in her little carriage, and she was actually on the court playing, and my dad was sitting there watching me. I actually started playing volleyball when I was in 1st or 2nd grade, I think it was, and my mom has kind of coached me all the way up to freshman year, where I tried out and made the freshman team for East. And then my sophomore year, I played. I started on JV team or sophomore team, and then I played JV, and then from there on, I've been working up to varsity. And It's just a great experience. It keeps me going and keeps me busy. I hope to play in college. I'm not quite sure where yet. That's a big choice for me. I have to decide. It's kind of sneaking up on me here.
We wish the volleyball team the best of luck as they continue their season.
East High is happy to welcome several new teachers to the faculty. This week we will meet Mr. Rasmussen, a new special education teacher.
My name is Tim Rasmussen. I'm from the Siouxland area. I grew up in South Sioux City. I went to school at St. Mike's from 3rd through 8th grade. I graduated from there and I went over to South Sioux for my freshman and sophomore years, where I then transferred out to Homer, Nebraska and finished out my high school career. I played football, basketball, I wrestled, I was in track. I went right into the military out of high school. I worked as a medic, I was a drill sergeant, and then I worked as an aircraft mechanic for the Air Force. I spent almost 10 years out of almost 15 overseas. First assignment was at Japan, Misawa Air Base in Japan, and I coached football there as well. We went over to Germany and we spent about 4 years there and coached football there as well. Both areas, even though we were stationed there, we served all around each theater, so we went all over to numerous different countries and stuff, both surrounding Japan as well as Germany. I was in the Panama conflict, I was in the Gulf War, the first one. I was in Somalia, and then the last one was when the Operation Deliver Force, when we were down in Aviano going after the Bosnians, the Serbs, all that mess. But at that point, I'd already decided I wanted to start working towards becoming a teacher because the coaching thing was going really well for me. It seemed like the kids could interact and find ground with me, and I enjoyed that. Our son, who was born in Japan, and we drug him all over the world with us, he had some special situations as far as learning disorders, and I really got involved with that, and I really enjoyed it, and I learned to see it as not a obstacle, but just a different way that people learn. And so I guess it all came together when I was at a football clinic down in Lincoln when I met Coach Fiegel from here, and he had said that I really should consider getting into special education because I had such an interest in it. And so I pursued that. I finished my teaching degree from Nebraska Wesleyan, where I also coached football, and decided to start looking for jobs. Nothing was open around there, so I took a job with a pharmaceuticals company, and then about a month out from school starting here, that's when I got a call from Mr. Bemis asking if I'd be willing to come up for an interview, and I said, yeah, that'd be great. And when that was all said and done, I told him I'd only come to Sioux City if I could come to East, and that happened, and I'm here, and I'm glad to be here. I've enjoyed the experience. I'm teaching in the social studies department from the inclusion side of it. I like the kids a lot. Nick, my son, seems to really enjoy it. Well, the schedule kind of goes like I have a planning period, first period, then I've got a study hall or enrichment study hall that I work with a couple different kids, and that's been really fun. I've got economics next, and then government, and then I go to lunch, and then I've got another government class, and then I finish out the day with 2 freshman history classes, which is always interesting. So, but I get a lot of energy from those kids. I think they probably think I'm more of a mother than a teacher at times because I'm always getting on them for being too loud, but I guess that's part of life. So as far as my impression of East High School, well, it's all good. Like I say, I'm glad to be here. I think that I've been supported pretty well. There are challenges here and there. I'm sure I'll get through those. For the most part, like I say, it's all been a positive experience.
Sioux City Public Schools dismiss 1 hour early on Mondays. Much of the staff has development that's focused on cooperative learning. Gone are the days of reading a chapter and answering the questions at the end. As teachers strive to include rigor, relevance, and relationships in our schools, group activities become one way to prepare for students for the workplace. Students learn from one another, discover a variety of perspectives, and quite possibly enjoy assignments a bit more. Learning to respect multiple learning styles is a valuable lesson, and students who can work as a team are more apt to retain the important concepts of the lesson.
School Spirits represents one of our shields at East High, and school spirit is at its highest at the week of homecoming. Each day brings another theme, such as Alter Ego Day, when students dress as their complete opposites, but nothing compares to Senior Toga Day. Sheets are torn from beds and fabric is purchased and converted to togas, and best of all, the seniors reign as consuls over the lowly plebeians of the underclass. This activity bonds the class of 2008 as they enjoy their final year of high school.
The tradition of homecoming wouldn't be complete without royalty. 13 young men and 13 young women were selected by their peers to serve as homecoming royalty this year.
It is an honor to be chosen by peers, and the faculty couldn't be happier with the selections they made. These 26 candidates represent a myriad of activities, including fine arts, sports, and volunteer organizations. This year, the seniors selected Hank Binabos and Abby Anderson as king and queen. Both are active, approachable, and pleasant. We want to congratulate them on this honor.
Speaking of seniors, each week this program will highlight 2 representatives of the senior class of 2008 and get their question. What does it mean to be an East High senior?
Hey, Colin O'Connor, what does it mean to be a senior at East High School?
It's a lot of fun. You get to do everything for the last time, like senior pictures, spends a whole bunch of money on that. And then all the activities, like I'm going to do speech this year, show choir, the musical, and I'm probably going to do the tennis later too. And it just gives you opportunity just to do more and be a leader basically for the underclassmen, because we just had our MVP meeting the other day, and you have so much influence on those kids, because I remember looking up to everybody, and now I finally get to be that. So I think basically an East High senior is showing the way for the rest of the school, making it better.
Lauren Schuur, what does it mean to be a senior at East High School?
I think about being a leader and being a role model for the underclassmen. One thing that's brought all of us closer is bonding as a grade. Freshman through sophomore year, you're kind of with your own cliques. As a senior and a junior, you grow apart from them, you get to know everybody, and you learn not to take your friendships for granted. And it's a lot more time of bonding in your activities, as show choir and sports and musicals. And it's all about it's your last year at high school, and East High is a great school to be at for education and for the children that you're with.
That wraps up this week's edition.
Look for East High highlights and come and remember that East High school days are soon gone, and enjoy them.
Remember, every day is a great day to be a Raider.